Hey, Dustin Tibbetts here, financial advisor with Jazz Wealth Managers. How's it going today? Hey, we're going to try something different here today. What's the average retirement plan look like? But instead of just sort of looking around the internet and finding stuff and then reporting what Fidelity says or whoever, we're going to give it to you as far as our customers here at Jazz. You may know that we recently just hit the $100 million under management mark. Super excited about that. And to do that, we have about 4,000 customers. And you know we track every single thing, right? We're a bit of data geeks around here. So what I want to do is actually go through the age brackets as we break them down in our sort of portal that we've built there and show you what the average looks like for them. We're going to break it down by category as well. So without further ado, grab my trusty sheet here and let's get started. So here's how we break it down. We track customers that are less than 30 years old, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and then 50 plus. So if you were ever to sneak into our back end, we built our whole thing there, you'd find that this is how we're actually keeping track of every customer and the things that they do and what works, what doesn't. All right, so just to break down the percentage of customers in each category, because we're going to start talking numbers here, so I don't want you to think it's general. We naturally have some more than others in these categories. We have 17% of all customers are under the age of 30. We have 36% age 30 to 40, 24% 40 to 50, and 22% of our customers are 50 plus. So it's kind of an even division there. 30 to 40 is the hot spot. And then under 30 is our weak spot there if we were trying to have customers in every group. Okay, first thing we're going to start with is the average age that customers want to retire. So you may not know this, but every single customer that joins, I start an initial plan with them. We don't often always use the nest egg software unless somebody really wants to or they have a really complicated plan. But I always force every customer to do the initial plan. And I ask them the following questions. So what we did is we took all of them together by age group and figured out what the averages were. And here we go. So people that are less than 30 years old, they say, I want to retire at 57 years old. That's the average, obviously, some higher, some lower. 30 to 40, they say an average of 59. 40 to 50 comes out at 61.5. And everybody that's over the age of 50 says, I like to retire at 65. Isn't that kind of interesting? When you're younger, you want to retire as early as possible. And then as you get older, you say, whatever, that's fine. I'll work a little bit longer. I like what I do or whatever. So that's the breakdown there. One of the questions we ask is, how much in total income will you need for retirement? So factoring in everything, how much do we want to plan for you? For the under 30 crowd, it's $107,646. That's how much they want to have in total income. This would be whether it's your retirement distributions, it could be rental income, Social Security, whatever it is. For the 30 to 40 crowd, we've got $89,706. Quite a substantial decline there in terms of what they're looking for. For the 40 to 50 crowd, we've got $88,412. Really, really close. I found that interesting there, and I'll show you why that happens in just a moment. And then for the 50-plussers, the average came out to $64,929. So we'll just say $65,000. So the older you get, the less you realize you need a ton of money to survive, right? That's pretty interesting. I thought when you're young, you think 100,000, man. I got to have the 100,000. I'll do whatever it takes. And I want to retire earlier with a lot more money. The older you get, it seems that people are cool with retiring with less, but they're willing to work a little bit longer. So maybe that's because they're retiring later, don't need so much income. All right, the amount saved already. So we asked that question to everybody. Welcome to Jazz. Let's get started on your initial plan. By the way, how much have you already saved for retirement? It could be in your 401k, TSP, things like that. Under 30, this is a big one because you see this all the time. How much money should you have saved at certain ages? The average for our customers is $18,718. So if you're under the age of 30 and you have less than $19,000 saved already, that's technically average compared to our customers. I get it, the data set's not that large because we have 4,000 customers in total, right? Only 17% of them are here. So it's not the largest data set ever, but there you go. We've got 42,809 for 30 to 40-year-olds, so about $50,000 is how much everybody has saved in that category. Notice this is kind of interesting. From 30 to 50 doesn't really go up that much. Life seems to get in the way. Come on, talk to me. Leave a comment. Did life get in the way for you between 30 and 50? It did for me. I started a business, took all my time, right? So I'm always here. But it seems that you get this ramping up while you're younger, and all of a sudden you got kids in there, you maybe have, divorces, who knows what happens. You buy property, you focus on different stuff. The 50 plus crowd, 87,411 is how much they have saved already. So you would think that number would be a lot higher, right? But they always say people save less than they should. The average savings so far when someone starts with us is 87,411. Other income expected. So we always ask you, do you expect Social Security? If so, do you want to estimate that? Do you already know? Do you have an Airbnb that you rent out and that's going to be part of your retirement income that you want to have right here? And so for other income, $706 is what the minus 30 or 30 and under crowd thinks. You got 1144. These are averages, of course. I think I've said that already. 40 to 50, 21, 81, and 2746 for other income. Now, I'll tell you, most of the people in this category are already starting to estimate Social Security. Most of the people in this category have some sort of passive income idea. They say skip Social Security, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to start another account, I'm going to do some dividend stuff, or I'm going to have a little tiny house field somewhere, or I have other income coming from different sources, so I'm fine with that. Could be rental income or whatever. So that's the spread there in terms of other income. Now, what we would do here is we would say you've got 2746 of the 64,929. So this is already accounted for. The rest of that money you're going to pull from your retirement savings there. So that's that one. Now, the big question, how much do all of these groups find out that they have to save to hit their retirement goal, right? So basically, we take a bunch of information from you, we start that initial plan, and then I say, okay, if you want to hit this goal and you're this age and you want to retire at this age, you're going to need to save X number of dollars this year, next year, et cetera, and all that. So the average amount needed to save to hit that goal a year, right, is $5,862 for those that are under the age of 30. I wish that was all I had to save, right? When you're young, man, you've got time on your side. You got to start. Don't worry if you can't hit averages and things like that. Just socking away money when you're so young, as you can see, because life gets in the way right there. What a benefit. That's awesome to see that. Okay, 30 to 40, big jump. 13,676 is how much that crowd needs to save. Huge jump inside of there. Granted, it's a 10-year spread, but 13,676 is how much they need to save on average in order to hit what goals they have at the average retirement age that they want. You've got 18,811 over here. Oh, 18,111. There we go. Every dollar counts. So from 40 to 50, that's how much the average customer has to save to hit the goals that they want for retirement. Now, you can do whatever you want, but this is what we plan out for them. And the 50-plus crowd, largely because they're starting a little bit late as far as getting serious, you've got 26,522. That's a big one, right? Now, keep in mind, this is money that goes into your 401k. These are matches to your 401k if your employer matches something. It could be TSP contributions, maybe Roth IRA, basic investment accounts, things like that. So there's something we don't normally do. That's a look at all of our customers there, but with something that may help you. Where do you stand there, and where do you want to retire, and how much of you have saved already? It's kind of cool. So it's something I've wanted to do for a while, but when you're smaller and you don't have a lot of customers, it's like, okay, that's not a lot of data. You know that the more data you have, the more accurate you can be with any calculation you're doing. So that's about 4,000 people as a whole, but now you also know the breakdown of what percentage is in each category there. Cool. That took a little bit of work to put that together, but I hope it helped you and hope it gets you thinking a little bit there. If it did help you in some way, hit the subscribe button. It's something that has to do with YouTube getting us to 100,000 subscribers because we'd really like to be there. If not, I understand. I'll see you later on The Closing Beat, 5 o'clock Eastern, live on our YouTube channel. We'll go over the stock market and all the geeky stats that have to do with that. Enjoy the rest of your day.